State Commissioner for Health, Professor Prince Chike, said some results of samples collected in Boni shows presence of COVID-19 and that the lack of treatment and testing center posed a serious threat.
We first sent in the first team, and then that team collected samples from both LNG, private hospitals, the general hospitals, and passers-by who could run into. And such results came in. Those results came in. The interim results we got then were positive cases for COVID-19 virus infections. We also noticed when we arrived, Bonnie, that the issue of social distancing, face mask, and observation of the necessary hygienic processes that should be done on the general public outside the facilities we visited were almost near zero. The technical problems we think should have from
coming in, that is why our partners from Germany are now here to start putting in the equipment and the furniture. But you can see everything is set. We believe in the next few weeks, when the federal government lifts the international flights, they will come in to start fixing the furniture and other medical equipment. That is the world standard, and we're happy. And that's what I've always said, our people deserve the best they can get. And so I'm happy with the level of work we're seeing today.
On the Rumogba flyover bridge, Governor Wike said pessimists thought it was a mere political statement when his administration promised to construct 3 flyover bridges.
Things that make them improve their life. Yes, we are talking about COVID-19. While we are fighting that, we must also try and provide the basic infrastructure. At the end of the day, COVID-19 will not be here forever, so that people will have things to improve their economic life. So I'm very happy, highly elated. Really not, certainly not. As I speak to you, we're going to make some payments tomorrow to Julius Berger, and that will be about 90% of the payment. So it is not going to affect it at all.
Governor Wike said even if COVID-19 pandemic has influenced the review of the state's 2020 budget, it would not be used as an excuse to stall the completion of all ongoing projects. A state high court sitting in Port Harcourt has ruled that all members of the All Progressives Congress in Rivers State who purchased nomination forms for the 2018 ward local government and state congresses, including Dele Moses and 9 others, be allowed to participate in the forthcoming congresses without paying any fresh fee. Justice George Omereji, in his judgment on the matter instituted by one Dele Moses and 9 others, ruled in favor of the claimants in 6 originating summons sought in the matter, among which the court held that it does not have the jurisdiction to interpret judgment of court of coordinate jurisdiction, but has the jurisdiction to enforce the judgment of the 3 levels of the court as sought by the claimants. Correspondent Uchendu Jawa reports that on the issue of local standing, the court ruled that the claimants have the local standing to seek for the relevies since it has proven that they are fully registered members of APC. Justice Omereji on the issue of whether the claimants should participate in the party congresses without paying fresh fee based his judgment of the decision of the Supreme Court on the case of Ibrahim Umar and 22 others, which directs the claimants should not be disqualified since they have made payment. Prodes Hotel in Eleme local government area of Rivers State, Bariledum Job Azara, has regained his freedom from the Rivers State government. Azara, who was reported to have tested positive to COVID-19, was arrested, arraigned and prosecuted by the Rivers State government and was later ordered to pay 50,000 naira as fine for violating executive orders of Governor Nyesom Wike. The magistrate court sitting in Port Harcourt, presided over by Rita Ogugwa, also ordered that Azara be detained at the isolation center and should undergo coronavirus testing. The controversy rocking the alleged planned sale of a parcel of land owned by the people of Vichendu in Uwere in Isiodu community in Emwa local government area of Rivers State appears to have divided the people of the area. This is because 8 families of the Vichendu in Uwere have disowned some persons negotiating for the sale of the land located between Choba Bridge and the C4I checkpoint along Emwa axis of the East-West Road. A statement signed by the head of Eke family, Chief John Wokama, Chief Ikechi Olu, who is the head of Ikonko family, and Chief Sunday Azunda, who is the head of Akpa family, among other signatories, said there has never been a time they discussed and agreed to sell the said property. The statement further warned members of the public, especially those involved in any form of negotiation towards purchasing the land, to be careful of those it described as fraudsters, just as it disclosed that security agencies have been put on alert on the latest developments. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, a voice of the people. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Please stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, voice of the people.
And we're back.
Thank you for staying tuned to the World News at noon on Today 95.1 FM, voice of the people. Welcome back, and now to the rest of the bulletin. The intrigue surrounding the All Progressives Congress primaries in Edo State has taken a new toll. This is because the national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, has informed the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) of a change of address of its Edo State Secretariat. In a letter he signed on the 29th of May 2020 and sent to the INEC, Oshomole said the new address of the State Secretariat of the party authority is now on Igui Weyuse Street off Airport Road, Benin City. The letter has also informed the Edo State Police Commissioner, the Director of State Services, and State Commander of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps of the new Secretariat. In the meantime, confusion is trailing the legal battle between Oshomole and Governor Godwin Obaseki over the mode of primary to be adopted in the June 22, 2020 governorship primary in Edo State. Counsel to the defendants, Roland Otaru, in an interview with newsmen in Benin, said the court reserved ruling on the matter filed by some members of the APC before the Federal High Court in Benin.
The APC, and that we have been able to show through our affidavit to show cause that what all the processes they have filed, the process are a bit of court process, and that since this matter it relates to the internal affair, domestic affair of the APC, the court has no jurisdiction because nobody has been screened, even up to now. So where is the course of action? The judge rules and to say that where the matter has been adjourned to Thursday, so that all pending applications will be taken.
On his part, Ken Mozia, who is counsel to Pro Obaseki, said the court stopped APC and Oshomole from adopting any method of primary in the governorship election primary.
What happened today was that the parties, there was a contestation about the procedure. The defendants to come and show cause. Two of them, that is to say APC, and this an agreement about the procedure. So the court rules, came back and delivered a ruling restraining APC from taking any steps to implement any decision pertaining to the mode of primaries to be adopted pending the determination of the case, which has now been fixed for Thursday the 11th for hearing.
Reports emerged who has been out of the Senate since December 2019 resumed today after he was released from a Nigeria Correctional Service Center. We will bring you details as more unfolds. The federal government says 50 to 60% of the inexplicable deaths in Kano State over the last 5 weeks were due to COVID-19. Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Yanire, made the confirmation during the briefing of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 in Abuja. The minister said the deaths numbered over 900 within the period in review. He also disclosed that most of the disease
were actually recorded in 8 municipal local government areas in the state. The verbal autopsy that we spoke of revealed that about 56% of the deaths had occurred at home, while 38 were in the hospital, and with the circumstantial evidence as all to go by, the investigation suggests that 50 to 60% of the deaths may have been triggered by or due to COVID-19 in the face of pre-existing ailments. A significant part was also triggered by inability to access routine care at the time due to the scare of COVID-19.
The number of deaths would not be added to the national fatality tally. The government has declared Friday, June 12 as public holiday. This is to enable Nigerians mark this year's Democracy Day celebration. The Minister of Interior, Rav Adesoji Aregbesola, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, congratulated all Nigerians at home and abroad for the entrenchment of democratic rule in the country. The minister commended the heroes of democracy for their dogged determination and sacrifice, which eventually bettered democratic governance in Nigeria. A statement signed by the permanent secretary in the ministry, Georgina Uria, quoted Aregbesola as calling on all Nigerians to continue to cherish the selfless efforts made to attain democracy. On the foreign scene, North Korea has announced that it will cut off all inter-Korean communication lines with South Korea, including a hotline between the two nations' leaders. The North said this was the first in a series of actions describing South Korea as the enemy. Following the announcement, daily calls which are being made to a liaison office set up by the two states to reduce tensions after the 2018 talks in the North Korean border city of Kaesong are expected to cease from today. North and South Korea are technically still at war because no peace agreement was reached when the Korean War ended in 1953. North Korea has also said, aside cutting off the hotline between the two nations' leaders, the military communication channels will also be cut off. It could be recalled that the North Korean leader's sister, Kim Yon-jong, had threatened to close the office unless South Korea stopped defector groups from sending leaflets into the North. She said the leaflet campaign was a hostile act that violated the peace agreements made during the 2018 Panmunjom summit between the South Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un. To end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. Rivers State has recorded 32 new cases of COVID-19 infection. The Rivers State government is considering a total lockdown of Bonny Island as plans for 30-bed treatment center gets underway. We also told you that Senator Ali Ndume of Borno State has called for a salary slash of civil servants who are no longer working due to the COVID-19 pandemic. On the foreign scene, North Korea has cut off inter-Korean communication lines with South Korea. That was the news as edited by Stella Sasungu. For comments and inquiries, please call 0815-341-8657 or 0814-434-3502 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget, do take responsibility. Wash your hands regularly with soap under running water. Always have with you at all times alcohol-based and sanitizers. Avoid touching your face and eye contact surfaces to prevent the spread of coronavirus. If you can, please do stay at home. Otherwise, observe social distancing. Remember, coronavirus is real. I am Kala Dakuru Batabo. Good afternoon to you and stay tuned.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
There is never